Today on BikeGeeks, we're going to actually look at how to properly do a photo fit for your bike for a custom frame pack. This one is going to be from Rockgeist. Hello and welcome back to BikeGeeks. Today, we're going to take a peek at, well, this is part one of what I'm going to classify as a two-part video. This is on the proper way to measure, photo fit, as well as order a custom frame bag from Rockgeist for your bicycle. Now first, I will say this. This is not a sponsored video. This is a video that I'm doing on my own. Well, I've decided I wanted a custom frame bag. My last bike, my Salsa Muckluck, I had a full frame bag, my first full frame bag ever, and I really liked it. I loved having that large frame bag. And so on this one, I definitely wanted it to be custom. I wanted it to have the colors that I definitely want. I wanted it to be exactly how I think I probably exactly want it. Of course, that's saying now. There's never such thing as the perfect frame bag for anything. But we're going to get as close as we can. So I've done a lot of research on a ton of companies out there. And to be honest, I narrowed it down to probably the top 5. And I just chose Rockgeist for a few reasons. They have a good fit guide, fairly easy to wade with the photo fit. 2, they can use direct mount options onto the main tube, tube as well as the seat tube. My bike doesn't have top tube mounting points, and that's the third thing that they do offer is a lace-up top rather than the Velcro. I don't want Velcro at all on this bag. I want it to be mounted directly to the frame and then have the lace-up up top. And the nice thing about the lace-up is it'll work even with the cockpit bag that I have currently. That is something that I eventually want to change over to a custom bag as well. But the one I have right now that I got with the bike is working great. So I did buy this bike used. I found this bike, and I'm going to be doing several upgrade videos on it. But I love the colors. It's exactly, there was 2 Salsa cut-throughs that I looked at that I've kind of been keeping track over the years. This is one of the 2 that I really liked, and I'll upgrade it to fit the stuff that I want. So, that said, part 1, we're going to go out, we're going to measure the bike, we're going to do a photo measurement guide. I'm going to show you exactly how I'm going to do it, and then we're going to come in here and I'm going to show you what I'm expecting the bag to look, and then we'll actually go through the ordering process on Rockgeist's website so that you understand exactly how I did it. That way, part 2, which is when the actual physical frame bag arrives, which could be 12 weeks from now, they're all going to be coming out at the same time. I'm releasing both part 1 and part 2 at the same time. So this is the past video, technically. And then you'll actually see it in the flesh. What does this thing actually look like after it's actually been built with their hands? So I'll show you what I'm expecting it to look like, and then we'll see what it actually looks like versus what my drawing says. So that said, let's go outside. Let's take a peek at that. I'll show you how I'm measuring it with the photo and take the photo of the bike. And then we'll come in here and we'll get it on order. Okay, so I've got my bike here. I'm actually propping it up against the garage, and I have it all set up for my photo, essentially, to send off to Rockgeist to get the custom frame pack designed and made. So what I'm going to show you here is exactly what you want to make sure you have done, what you want to make sure you want to see, and really the proper way, or if nothing else, how to get your tape measure lined up. The tape measure, you don't have to start at 1, you don't have to start anywhere. They're just going to actually use that to pull scale off the photo. And that way they know 1 inch on that equals, and they can figure it all out themselves. But make sure you use a tape measure that has a really good, bright, vibrant measurement that's really easy to see in the photo. That's really one thing you want to do. Don't use a dull one. Don't use one that's all marred up. Good tape measure that's really easy to see and that can easily pull markings off of. So let me show you what else do you want to do. So first, I'm photoing about this angle on the bikes. Basically, you want to look right about middle of the fork, 90 degrees, straight out, perpendicular from the actual bike itself. You want to make sure that you can see all the corners. This right here I might raise up just a little bit. There we go. But you want to make sure that they can see the entire inner part of the triangle. You also notice that my bottle cage bolts, I've loosened them up so they stick out quite a bit. That's really easy for them to tell exactly where they go into the frame. That one's nice and loose. But at least they'll be able to pull out that information real easily because they're sticking out quite a bit. I'm also using a backdrop that's easy to see the information on. So I'm just using a plain, white garage door. Don't go against, colored back wrap. That's going to be hard to see stuff. I wish it would be a little more plain, and I could put nothing else. I could put a piece of cardboard behind it if nothing else. But I think this is going to work just fine. And they'll let you know if they want you to retake it. But you just want to make sure that your cranks are down, so it's really easy for them to see all the information. They also want to see drive side. So that's one thing that they do request. So I'm going to get my photo taken quick, and we'll go from there. So again, it's a digital photo. You can take as many as you want to make sure you get it, but make sure you get the whole bike. Wheels and everything, the entire bike. They want to make sure you get everything. And like I said, about 90 degrees so you can see everything. Right about there is good for me. So in the end, you're going to get a photo kind of like that, right? You can see all the detail. You can easily see the entire frame. You can easily see the tape measure, and both wheels are in it. Everything that they need is in it. And if you need to, take several, and who knows? It never hurts. Now you can use any tape that works. I used electrical tape just because it's pliable, it's very easy. It doesn't really leave a whole lot, especially if you use good electrical tape, not the cheap stuff, so you don't leave residue and stuff. But any tape will do. Just don't use duct tape or something, because you probably get adhesive that leaves on the bike. Use something that's easy to take off. Frog tape or painter's tape would work too. A little hard to work with, but especially with something that's moving, but you get the gist. That is a quick and easy way to at least showcase what your bike looks like, and so they can pull their measurements off and make you an awesome custom frame. So frame bag. So let's head back inside, and then we'll basically create the order of how I want it designed. Okay, so now we're on my computer, and this is a little photo I did. I took a photo that I took of the bike right after I kind of got it, and I basically just mocked up what I'm expecting. So I'm looking at doing a two-tone, orange and blue, and that's kind of my two colors on the bike. The bike is light orange, dark orange, and then I'm adding blue elements because blue is my second favorite, or one of my other favorite colors. My two favorite colors are orange and blue. So I'm kind of split it up. Top of the bag, kind of all blue. Bottom little corner, orange, and then they have an orange and black zipper upgrade that they can do. So I'm doing two-tone. I'm doing the lace up top so you can kind of see the black marks there. And that's something that I believe you could actually probably even upgrade it, change the color of that if you really wanted to. I apologize, that's my solar cells, but either way. So direct mount on the down tube, and then on the C tube as well, and then the lace up top. So that's what I'm expecting it to look like in the end. Close enough. It's just a real quick rough drawing that I did. That said, we're going to come over to Rockgeist and actually do a thing. So up here on shop, we're going to go to custom frame bags. And we're going to do a custom triangular frame bag, because that's how I'm going to do it. And so, as you can see here, you can kind of see the bottom little triangle. That's what I'm expecting to be orange. This one blue, the top section blue, and then the special zippers, which we can go, if we scroll down, and maybe it's on the first page, we can do add-ons. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and just put Bahama Blue as the main color. Zippered horizontal divider. Essentially, it's the horizontal divider right here, so I'm going to add that. Map pocket on the non-drive side. Yes, I am going to do a map pocket. I do want to do a map pocket. Hanging loops. If we actually go to the features page, maybe I'm going to show you these real quick, because they'll actually show you what they all are. So map pocket on the non-drive side, we have a map pocket. It doesn't have any depth. It's just basically the whole triangle portion of it, and that's just for a map. We have a hang loop sleeve. Essentially up here for like a pump or things like that you can actually get it in there. That's the hanging loops. That way you can have something keeping towards the top of the bag and doesn't just drop down in. That's a choice if you want that. Hydration port, that's standard. That's always going to be there. That way you can pull that out. Horizontal zipper divider. That's essentially, you can kind of see that divider there, so you can divide it into two pieces. Also that horizontal divider, as far as I understand, keeps the frame bag from ballooning out if you start loading it up with something really dense, kind of like a hydration bladder or something like that. So I definitely want that. Vertical divider standard. So there's removal standard when there's risk for knee rub. And that's, I guess, depending on whether that's an option you have. Lace up top, like I said, I've already decided that I want to. But it does add more time to remove or install the frame back rather than just the Velcro loop. So that's something to keep in touch. Flared front nose, that's depending on your bike, whether or not you want this. So the wider bikes that have a wider front end, you might want a flared front nose. I'm not going to do that myself. There is a standard drain port, and then there are obviously custom colors. So let's head back to the ordering side that I was at just a minute ago. Where'd it go? No, maybe I wasn't there. Alright, so let's go back to custom frame bags. We'll go back to the triangular bag. Like I said, Bahama Blue, zippered horizontal, yes. Map pocket, yes. Hang loops. I'm not going to do hang loops personally. That's just a personal choice, but you can do that. Top tube lace up, yes. I do want that. Flared nose, no. Bolt-on down tube, yes. Logo style, that's their logo itself. So you can kind of see the logo here. I'm going to go ahead and do the orange mountain patch, but it looks like they have... You can actually do no external logo, gray cycle heat press, so on. Orange tag, but I'm going to do the patch. That's kind of what I want. Small sewn in orange tag. Oh yeah, that's the small tag. Let's see if they have a picture of it. Oh, basically they have, it doesn't really have it. They have a little tag that kind of just sits back. Oh, there it is right there. It's actually on the main one. That's their little sewn on tag, so we can choose that. I'm going to do the patch because I kind of like the patch anyway, because it's going to go good on my Bahama Blue. Oh, geez, there's a one that's very similar to how I'm going to do it, except for I'm going to do blue on the top as well. So I'm going to hit add to cart here. So I'll hit add that. So you can see I could just have the bolt on the down tube, but I don't actually have it on the seat tube yet. So that's something that I'm going to have to add. So that should have been added to my cart. And let's see if we can, where we go back out. Let's go to frame bags. I'm just clicking here to frame bags. And what we're going to need to do is get to the custom portions of the frame bags. Where is that? So if we're back on the standard, just if you go to shop custom frame bags, I just went right over it. So right down here we come down to frame bag extras. So right down here in the extras section is where we can add other things in here. First of all, C-tube, top tube, bolt on. Now my bike has a C-tube option, but I don't have a top tube. So C-tube option, I'm going to add that C-tube option here. I do not have a top tube bolt on, so I can't add that, so that's $25. I'm going to hit add to cart. Let that add. Then I'm going to go back, and I'm going to do the multicolor right here. So the multicolor option is where we can actually change what Zone 1, Zone 2, Zone 3 has. So like I said again, the top two zones I'm going to actually have the same Bahama Blue color. So Zone 2, Bahama Blue. Zone 3, that bottom section is where I want it to be that V25 orange. There it is, Blaze Orange. Colors on the drive side, sorry, geez, I'm going to do two colors on that side. And then zone on the other side, I'm going to do the exact same. I want it to be the same on both sides. So Bahama Blue, Blaze Orange, and two colors on the other side as well. So $20 to add the two color zones on both sides. So I'm going to hit add to cart, so that just adds to my order. Then I can go, I'm going to hit back again. Wishbone. So this wishbone is if you didn't want to do that internal divider and you are going to use it for a hydration pack, that basically keeps it from ballooning out. Like I said, essentially that mounts on one of your bottle cage bolts for your seat tube, and it just kind of holds it in if I actually click on this. So this is something that I'm not going to need, but you can always add it. And so you can kind of see where it just kind of holds the bag in. To be honest, really smart and simple. Pretty simple. But that's something that isn't sewn into the bag, so you can add that at any time. So if you notice that what you're gonna change the use, you can always add that. The Fiber Flight zipper upgrade, that is something I am going to add, because this is going to be that black. Oh no, I'm sorry, the orange with the black with the gray teeth. I think is what they call it. Orange tape, gray teeth. So I'm gonna add. That's what it looks like right there. I'm gonna add that to my cart. And the Fiber Flight is supposed to be an easier pulling zipper essentially, but still waterproof and everything, or water resistant, I guess is maybe the best way to put it. So that is everything. If I hit view cart, that's going to be my whole bag. And so Obviously, you're going to want to go through this to make sure everything lines up exactly how you want it. Bahama blue, blaze orange, Bahama blue, blaze orange. Top tube, or the C tube add-on, I already have the down tube add-on up there. I have the Fiberfight zippers. I believe I have everything exactly how I want it. Maybe verify to go through here, so I have zippered pocket divider, yes. Map pocket, yes. Hang loops, no. Top tube lace up, yes. Flared nose, no. So now that you're done, you just go to proceed to checkout, and you're going to go through the standard checkout process. So this is something I'm not going to do on camera. I'm going to go ahead and fill all this out with all of my information. I'm going to triple check all this just before I actually order it, but if I do change anything, I'll let you know. But I'm 99.9%. This is exactly what I'm looking for, exactly what I want. So you can see how it's ordered here. We're going to then verify once I actually receive it, how well it actually stacks up with, well, I guess what I'm expecting, right? Obviously, it's not going to be solid blue. It's going to have that cross-section stuff, but this, I was kind of toying with it back and forth, and I'm already going to be upgrading the bar tape to blue up here. I got my blue pedals, and all my bottle cage bolts that were blue, well, they're going to get covered up, but you know what? It is what it is. So, yeah, I think that's it. Okay, I actually just finished up ordering it. Did not make any changes. Actually, everything was good. If I actually now I have to upload that photo that we took. Upload your photo fit image here. So we click on that. And that's just under the standard, under shop custom frame bags. That's where we get to this page. All right, so photo fit, and you can see where we were doing before, where we were doing everything. They give you the instructions in here as well. So make sure. Obviously, you saw how I did it. You know, they want, I guess, that crank down, but I just made sure that the crank was out of the way so you could easily see everything. What you're going to do is you're going to email the highest resolution image, so your full resolution image, to photofit@rockgeist.com with landscape. Make sure you're holding your photo sideways with your name and your order number. Now, I already have the order number because it was just emailed to me, and so I'm going to send that off right now. And so you can see they even show you, if you don't have full bike mesh, make sure you get the full frame. But you can see the tape measure and everything that's on there. And I'm sure that they'll actually send you something back if for some reason it's not a good photo. So, that's it. I'm going to send the photo off. This section of the video is complete. So I hope that seemed as easy as it was. More than anything else, the hardest part is figuring out what colors and features that you want on your frame bag. Not everybody's going to want the same thing. It's not a cheap process. It really isn't. However, I had one. I loved it. And I'm already missing not having it on my current bike. So, I'm hoping that I like this one as much as I think I'm going to. Last one I had was a roll top. I liked it, but also didn't like it. There were some things that I even mentioned in the video on that one that I didn't like, and I actually just released that video not too long ago. But I really like quality products. My last one was a high quality product, and I'm expecting this one to be just as high quality. So I can't wait to see what Rockgeist comes up with. I'm going to put stuff in this description on this one, as well as in the secondary video. There will be links in the description, but also a card here at the end, so you can go right into the next video, and that way you can see what actually came out of this. So if you're watching and you stick to the end, I appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. Please like, comment, subscribe on this video. Share this video if you can, specifically if you know somebody that's thinking about doing a frame bag. This is going to be my second one, my second full frame custom bag. I've had other frame bags that were partials and just, yeah, so I'm looking forward to see how this one comes out, because this is the first two-tone one I've ever had, and this is a fully customized bag. My last one was customized, but this one is very customized, so I'm really looking forward to see what Rockgeist comes out with it, or comes up with and gets to me. So thank you for watching. Make sure you go to the next video, and we'll see you here on BikeGeeks. See you soon.